I'm here with Turkish. The great run of form continues. West Ham 2, Arsenal 5. 5 goals in the first half alone. What can I say?
It looks like we're back to our best. A lot of people wanted a Dubai break, but it looks like this international break and Odegaard coming back into the side, which is obviously key again today. Couple moments from him involved in the goals as well. Goes a long way. And the last three performances, it's hard to debate which one's been the best. We've started games on fire in all three of them. And by half time, confident of the wins. Regardless, today we conceded two, but we managed to get the fifth before the break, which kind of took the gas out of West Ham a bit. You could see after they scored them 2 goals or the 1 goal, they were starting to, they knock about Timber and Saka had to get involved. So they tried their best, but Arsenal in this vein, we are one of the best in this league for sure. And we've proven that over the last couple of seasons, failed to get over the line. But what we have to do now is continue this week in, week out, up until fingers crossed, hopefully Liverpool start dropping points and that title race opens up a bit more. Because at this moment in time, listen, we're 6 behind Liverpool. They've got City tomorrow. I pray for a draw. That would be the best result for us, because I don't want the City win, considering that could kickstart their season as well.
Good point.
Yeah, so all in all, what's that, 13 goals in a week? Come on.
Yeah, 13 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing stuff. I mean, when you consider that before the international break, there's a lot of doom and gloom around, people saying we're not looking like we're going to score goals, the title challenge could be over. And I think it's fair to say things are looking very different.
Yeah, scoring goals wise, yeah. I'll stop short of saying we don't need a striker. We still do need that striker to, I think, complete the squad, or that attacker, that option. But similar to last season, the first half of the season before that Dubai break, there was question marks about our chance creation, fluidity, transition and whatnot, and it just flipped. It seems like it's flipped again. But all we can do is take every game as it comes and just keep on building on it. We've got Man United next. I've wanted to smoke Man United for so long. They've got a new manager. Can we just, stop that new manager? Well, not that they've had a new manager bounce. It's still been pretty inconsistent these early days there. But I think at the Emirates, Man United, in the form we're in, goals coming across the board, various attackers, various ways, set pieces, great passages of play. Listen, set pieces, we know what we're about. Yeah. The league knows, the numbers don't lie. But some of the football we've played against Forest, against Sporting, and now today against West Ham, opening them up, exciting stuff, that is what I feel like we've missed a little since the 21-22 season. But the last 3 games, I mean, we've mixed it up in terms of who starts, rotated a little, but the output, it's been 100 every single time.
Definitely. I mean, you spoke about Odegaard a little while ago, and I hear that, but Bukayo Saka got man of the match today. I thought he was outstanding. What can you say about? I think it's something like 15 goal involvements already this season for him. 5 goals this season. He's looking sensational, yeah?
Yeah, listen, Saka is as important as Odegaard is. There's debates on who's more important. When you look at the lack of depth behind both of them, or the lack of options, let's say, one's a 17-year-old and the other is whoever it is over on that right-hand side. Sometimes Jesus, hopefully Sterling, we don't know. When you look at the drop-off, the importance of them grow tenfold. But just look at the quality they both possess. Year in, year out, Saka is getting better. For the last 4 years, he's getting better. He's got 10 assists now in the first, 13 games of the season? The record is 20. Now, listen, there's a long way to go to that, but he's on course. And the football we're playing, I think if we recruit well in January, he can go on to break that record. And Saka is just someone who, he's always the center of debates. Anytime someone comes through, I remember it used to be Sancho and Greenwood 4 years ago. Then it became Foden. Then it's become Palmer. But Saka, nothing affects him. He just continues doing what he needs to do. There's a great balance there of goal threat and, chance creator. And listen, he is the star boy for a reason, and long may that continue. I just feel like if we add another option in attack, he gets even better, because we know how often he's doubled up, tripled up, similar with Odegaard, that side in particular. If we can match up on the other side or even get close to it on the other side, I think you're going to see another side of Saka again. Let's not forget, he is the focal point in that front three. He is the one that you look at, if you're playing Arsenal, that is by far the greatest threat in that front three. Obviously, before the front three, it's Odegaard, but in that front three is Saka. So imagine you take some of that attention away from him. I think that's the next step for him. And listen, 15 goal contributions 13 game weeks in. And I think he's missed a game or two with injury, if I'm not mistaken.
He may have done. Yeah,
I missed one game.
But we spoke about that right-hand side, and I call it that axis there. Like, so you got Saka, you got Odegaard, but we shouldn't forget the importance of Jurriën Timber on that right-hand side as well. I thought he was outstanding again today.
Yeah, he finds himself in those positions a lot. Look, he started it against Forest. He was in, as much as I've said since the international break, Odegaard is integral to everything. Saka has been integral to everything. Timber's emergence in certain positions, overlap, underlaps, finding himself in the box. Then he had that assist the other night as well. We've already talked about how impressive he's been coming off the back of an ACL and just putting in 110 anytime he gets a start. He seems like he's growing. He seems like he's got another level in him. And the last few games, we're seeing that in terms of the attacking side of things. I think defensively he's the most balanced fullback we have. You can trust him defensively, but offensively, he's also a threat. So, yeah, you're right to mention Timber. Overall, I mean, look, again, it's a game that we went into. We've seen Partey not even on the bench. And that's been our best midfielder this season. So the last 3 games, there's been rotation, 4-man out against Forest, 4-man back in against Sporting, 2-man out against West Ham. And it's still yielding positive performances, still yielding goals, exciting passages of play, threat. All in all, I mean, you can't complain.
Not at all, not at all. Very impressive. And we spoke about that axis on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, Trossard, to me today, I thought he looked good, got a goal. Very impressive, yeah?
Yes, I wouldn't say very impressive, but he done his job there. He was a threat. I think he was quite direct, which is unusual for him. Usually he likes to come in and come away from the fullback. Today he was taking him on, and he got his goal as well. So yeah, all in all, some weeks Martinelli, some weeks Trossard. We still have to find the answer to the left-hand side. But if they can both play their part, Martinelli scored midweek, Trossard started, he scored this time round. Competition breeds success. It breeds a better squad, better players. So, yeah, I mean, Trossard starts, gets his goal. Interesting to see what we do against United. Martinelli, Trossard, both coming off goals. But long may that continue, because that's what they've got to do. They've got to challenge each other, challenge themselves.
Thinking ahead then, I mean, obviously things went very well for us today. But there is a big game, another big game coming up during the week against Man United. You've alluded to it there. Would you make any changes for that game?
Partey, innit? If Partey's back, you've got to play Partey. It'd be interesting to find out what the situation is with him. We've heard muscle.
We've heard it's a muscle injury, yeah?
Yeah, we've heard muscle. It's come from, I forgot his name, Charlie Watts or something like that. Yeah. So we'll find out. We might even find out already. What's his name? People laughing at Charles Watts, Charlie Watts, man. Isn't Charles short for Charlie? I don't know. Huh? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charles and the Chocolate Factory. What? Yeah, either work. But yeah, listen, Partey would be a big miss if he has an extended period out of the side because of how important he's been this season. So if he is ready for it, bring him back in. That's not to say Jorginho didn't have a good game. I
thought Jorginho played really well today. Actually.
Didn't have to do much, but there was a couple moments on a fast break where he got his toe to the ball that stopped that in his tracks. And who knows what happens if those fast breaks materialise to something, because it wasn't at 3-0, thought it was at 1-2. So Jorginho played well, but if Partey's available, Partey comes back in. Rice has got through another game. Broken toe doesn't seem to be affecting him. He's had his best week this season. So all in all, I'd say the only position... I mentioned Trossard, Martinelli. I don't mind who starts. But I think if Partey's available, Partey comes back in. It just makes sense. Marino, if he's available, I think he goes to the bench. Knee problem. We'll find out. I mean, we've got a couple of days now to reset and find out the situation with certain players. Gabriel came off at halftime today. Was that because of the eye injury? Is there something more to that? Calafiori also came off. You mentioned he was holding his groin. I didn't see that. But let's just see how we're at come tomorrow, come Monday. And then, regardless of how we're at, let's beat Man United.
So overall, optimism seems to be the key word coming out today, yeah?
Yeah. It's better to see this, right? Yeah, I mean, until Liverpool allow us back until they drop points, it's hard for my optimism to grow because it's linked to them dropping points now. It's linked to them fumbling the position they're in. So I'm cool now. Liverpool win tomorrow, it's back to square one in terms of how I'm feeling off the back of the international break. Liverpool draw tomorrow, it's cut to 7 points. You feel a bit better about it. Yeah, so that's that's my frustration. It depends on Liverpool. My optimism is more on Liverpool now dropping, comes from them dropping points potentially than us winning, because it's back to square one if they win tomorrow and we go again against United.